Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Ape Huncho, back at you again with another video. So I've got some updates for you guys surrounding a few stories that we've covered over the past couple of weeks. And again, I did ask you guys the other day if you wanted to see this format moving forward, where we cover a few short stories and put them into one video, because again, short stories I always see, but they're not long enough to put into a video. So again, if you do want to see this format, let me know down in the comment section below so I know that you guys are happy for me doing this moving forward. Now, all of the original videos I did covering these topics, I'll leave a link down in the description. Feel free to go check those out before you check this video out to put this video into a little bit more context. So the first update is surrounding the human torso that was found in a suitcase in Gloucestershire. Now, to summarise quick, at around 11:30 PM on the 12th of May 2020, a man and a woman were stopped in the Forest of Dean area by police and were found to be in possession of a human torso inside of a suitcase. Once police did a search of the surrounding area, they also found body parts. Well, it's now being reported that 2 suitcases were in fact found with body parts in, obviously one with the torso in, and it's currently not confirmed what remained in the other case. But the body has been identified as a woman, and it's thought that she's from the Lascelles area in Birmingham, but she's not been named due to pending DNA results. What has now come out now though is that the police were actually alerted to the pair after a member of the public reported a suspicious vehicle was driving erratically. So it now seems like the 27-year-old woman, that being Gareeca Conita Gordon from Birmingham, has gone on to be charged with murder, and the 38-year-old man, Mahesh Sorathiya from Wolverhampton, has gone on to be charged with assisting an offender, and the pair appeared at Cheltenham Magistrates Court via video link on the 16th of May 2020. Gareeca confirmed her name, address, date of birth and nationality, and Mahesh then did the same after she did. It was told at that brief hearing that the woman's remains were burnt and decomposing when the police found them after stopping the car on the 12th of May 2020. Gareeca was then told that she was charged with murder at that court hearing, and she did not give any indication of a plea to the charge. Prosecutor Catherine Jones told the court that the case was too serious to be dealt with at Magistrates Court, and the defence did not apply for bail for Gareeca. Mahesh then appeared in court, and again he did not indicate any plea to the charge of assisting Miss Gordon. The prosecution would go on to say the investigation began with a road traffic stop by police in Forest of Dean. Miss Gordon was found near a quarry, while Mahesh was located up the road and the suitcases were located nearby. Mahesh told the police that he had dropped Miss Gordon at a remote location with a bicycle. The prosecution then went on to say that the bodies were decomposing when police found it in the suitcases. The court was then told that the pair had made a number of trips from the Midlands to Gloucestershire and that the body's remains were charred. Making a bail application for Mahesh, defence lawyer Ryan O'Donnell said that his client had received a small recompense for his taxi service to the area, and he went on to say he has a settled home life even if his wife kicked him out recently for a few days after an argument. The prosecution went on to say Mahesh must have been aware of what he was doing, as body parts leaves residual traces. Judge Popa Rai said that the smell of human decomposition would have been disgusting even if the body had been charred. The judge had refused bail and remanded Mahesh into custody alongside obviously Gareeca until their further court date at Crown Court on May the 19th, 2020. And the court was then told that after that, any future hearings would more than likely be held at Birmingham Crown Court. It said that Mahesh was a tradesman originally from Slough, but had relocated to Denmore Gardens in Wolverhampton with his wife Reda and his 2 teenage children. Yesterday, on the 16th of May 2020, neighbours of Mahesh were told of their shock as police descended upon his home. Neighbour Tesman Raju said, "It's so shocking. They are a lovely family. I've never had a bad word to say about them. I saw them all just the other week, cleaning their car on the driveway. There didn't seem to be a problem. I considered them to be friends. When their father died, they knocked on my door and I went to their funeral. We got on well with them. The son is nice. He didn't have a bad word to say about anyone. All the family is nice to talk to. It's such a shock to see that the police are here." The suspected murder scene, which is a property in Salisbury Road in Birchfield, Birmingham, has been described as being like an abattoir. And for you guys who don't know what that means, it basically means like a slaughterhouse. And a source close to the investigation had told reporters the scene was like a bloodbath. And of course, if there is any further updates to this situation, as always, I'll keep you guys updated. Which moves us on to our next update, and that is the 2 children that were allegedly murdered by their dad. Again, a quick summary. On the 26th of April 2020, 2 children were murdered in Ilford, allegedly due to their parents arguing about the husband going to work during the coronavirus pandemic. Nithin Kumar, the father, is said to have been his normal self at work, and when he finished at 4 PM, he left for his home, and 90 minutes later, allegedly would go on to murder his children children and then tried to turn the knife on himself. Well, it seems like now the father of two has been charged over this offence. On the 8th of May 2020, he appeared at Thames Magistrates Court charged with murdering his two children, which included 19-month-old Pavinya and 3-year-old brother Negish. It's now being reported that he was arrested in hospital on the 29th of April 2020 and was discharged from hospital on the 7th of May 2020 and then went on to be charged again on the 8th of May 2020. On the 7th of May though, an inquest into their deaths was opened and area coroner Graham Irvine said Pavinya died of injuries at the scene and was pronounced dead at 5:53 p.m. Negish died of injuries and was pronounced dead at 7:42 p.m. at Royal London Hospital. He went on to say, "I'm satisfied after hearing about these very, very sad deaths that an inquest is necessary. I'm not going to fix a time for the inquest as there is an ongoing criminal investigation into both of these deaths. Another hearing will take place on November the 30th, 2020. We will approach the senior investigation officer to provide an update to the ongoing criminal proceedings. These two inquests are now open." Then, on the 12th of May 2020, it was heard in court that he allegedly murdered his two children while his wife was in the shower. He appeared in court at the Old Bailey via video link, and Jonathan Polney, prosecuting, had told the court it is the prosecution's case that he slit both of their throats. One died at the scene, one very shortly after in hospital. His wife was in the shower at the time. He was then remanded into custody by Judge Nigel Lickley ahead of a plea and trial preparation hearing on July the 28th. 2020. Which moves us swiftly on to our last story, and that is an update in the 1-month-old baby that was allegedly murdered in Newbury. So a quick summary for you guys that didn't know, on the 9th of May, police were called to a home in Newbury after the ambulance service had reported to them that a 1-month-old baby was in cardiac arrest. Two adults, both a 26-year-old man and a 24-year-old woman, thought to be the parents, were arrested on suspicion of murder. And as it stands today, the baby's cause of death is still unknown, but the two adults have both now been bailed until the 11th of June 2020. Now, if there is any further updates to these situations, as always, I'll let you guys know. Now, in regards to the torso being found in the suitcase, it does seem like the police are suggesting that Gareeca went on to kill this woman and that Mahesh acted as a taxi driver. But what's interesting is that in court, it came out this wasn't the first trip to Gloucestershire from the Midlands, so it makes you wonder why the back and forth journeys, and although yes, the judge and the prosecution have gone on to say that it would have stank, we don't know if the body parts were maybe wrapped to mask the smell, or if there was anything in the suitcase to mask the smell. We just don't know that. Now, these two have got the right to a fair trial, so I'm not going to say whether they did it or not, but you have to think to yourself, would you knowingly take someone that far if you could literally smell a dead body in your car? But again, a trial is more than likely due for this case and the man who allegedly murdered his two children, so as soon as I get dates for the trials, I'll walk you guys through the trial coverage. And I just want to say rest in peace to that woman, because somebody has died in this situation, although they haven't been identified, but there is a family out there right now that is grieving for their loss. But let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. Do you guys like this format, and do you want me to keep using it moving forward? Give the video a little like, and if you want the latest drill, street and music news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.